Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Welcome. Stranger in LA, Geo. Welcome guys, how are you doing? Let's get the music going. Push the button. See what pops up. EVE Online Part 5. Alright, that sounds good for a space game here. Alright, start the game. Resume saved. Twitch hard. 2.2 million funds, 44 science, lots of reputation. Alright, what do we got here? We were making a space station. And I think we have most of that going. What contracts do we have going? They're all active. Green sandstone back with you from Minmus. Okay, there's 5 of these contracts on one flight to Minmus. That one, Area VIP. But anyway, that one. Explore Minmus, land on Minmus, that's going to be done. Plant the flag on Minmus, that's going to be done. Rescue Malamone, that's 4. Science data from the surface of Minmus. So those 5 contracts have one flight taking. We have 2 things for Eve. I'll have to check the situation for that. So Eve, just check that real fast. See how close we may even be. Alright, gotta zoom all the way up for this. Someday we'll do all this stuff. But Eve, pretty much... Oh, you know what? We're about ready to go to Eve. Because it's something like a 45-degree angle behind Eve. Because doors are the head of Eve. No, Eve behind us. I'll tell you why I know what it is. Because the idea is, when you go to another planet, is you either stretch out your orbit to go to a higher planet or shrink it to go to a closer one. And so that means your apo is at Kerbin and your periaps is at Eve there. And that means it takes longer to get there. So you have to give Eve more time to match the same point. And your last one, nice, thank you, stranger. I will catch up. Yep, it will catch up. Yeah, because it goes faster the smaller end. It's and then Duna is about 45 degrees ahead. So we won't be able to go to Duna until it's in this position and we're in this position. Which, yeah, I think it's going to happen first. And then I have to, if I remember right, Jewel is somewhere around 90 degrees. I think Elu is pretty close to that as well. Elu is weird because of its super high eccentricity. Same with the Drez. Moho is just weird. Hard to get to. Plus we have all the angles here to deal with. Yeah, so Eve won't be happening for a long time. Let's take, well, I'm out here, let's go ahead and take a look at our space station. So we have a contract to expand it. Everybody. Minisat 1. So we have a satellite heading out to Minmus, right? Yes. So that's that contract. Okay, here's our little station here. So I just built this. Hey Banana, how you doing? I forgot I have these emotes. And the idea here is we have a little shuttle that can fly up to 7 Kerbals between Kerbin and Mun or Minmus. I'll probably send up a smaller one that's just this and one of these, in case we don't have to take 7 Kerbals. That way save a lot of fuel. So that's probably what I'll send up next. This is our big fuel truck. So it has a whole bunch of fuel to supply those. The game wants me to expand this station, so we will look into that. It usually doesn't expand anything that's that useful, but that's the idea here. We have Kerbals here waiting to go to Minmus, so we're waiting. Are we waiting? I think we are. I think we're waiting for a moon. I don't know, maybe we can send them back. Or send them to Minmus. Let's take a look at the... Alright, so who's in here? Zelbin's our pilot. Podgy wants to go to 20 Kerbals. Actually, I think just sending up the other ship would accomplish that. Transfer window count, yes. Yes, please do. I'm gonna take a look at that. I remember a lot of them, but yeah. I usually just go by the angle, because I do my own kind of adjustments for the inclination and stuff like that. Okay, so Isapont wants to fly around Minmus. I think in this, Isapont is here. Rescue Melamon. Open station on the Eve. 5 tourists. Okay, here we go. Podgy wants to go to Minmus. Durfer wants to go to Minmus. You're done. Do we know what you're... Like one of them just wanted to go to orbit of Kerbin. So Durfer wants to go to Minmus. And Rainy wants to go to Minmus. That small hardpoint landed at Minmus. I think I need to build a lander for a minute. Do I have one going? I think I need to build a second one. Mystery giving you another satellite. That's going to... No, that's Eve. Just have to wait for that. So I think pretty much everyone wants to go to Minmus. Let's add the other shuttle to this. So if you haven't been here before, the one thing I like to do with my hard careers is send as many missions out at the same time as possible and then juggle them. Yeah, so I think we've done the moon mission. There it is. 10-year launch window calendar. Oh, very good. See, I did something similar to this in when I was doing a sandbox playthrough. I loaded up the next couple of transfer windows for each planet into Kerbal alarm clock, so I'd have them, you know, set there ready for me. So we're on day 80. So we've missed the first Duna one, but we weren't ready for that anyway. So 147. So we'll be doing a lot of the stuff between Moon and Minmus before we get the Eve. And then we probably want to have something ready for Duna. Eventually all the contracts will be go to these other planets, and we'll have to fast forward to do all those, to do them. But until then, we're taking any contract we can get, doing the quick ones around Kerbin, around Moon, then Minmus. Minmus is a 16-day round trip. Approximately. Moon is a 2-day. Dystopian? Is there Ian? Dystopian? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chill team. Thank you for that follow. Yeah, so that's very useful. Let me bookmark that. Actually, even better. So that people can look at it too.
Plebs are needed.
Who is that? Sergeant Callum, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chill team. I'm gonna steal that. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, because you could. I need to check out, because there's transfer windows between Moon and Minmus, although you could kind of force those a little more than. I think I gotta check the timing on them. I do want to check that though. But anyway, I put that into a command so people can look that up as they need, and more importantly, I can pull it up as I need. So thank you very much, Jeb, for that. Right, let me look at the contract for expansion of the station, because I think I can do that with 20 Kerbals, so I really only have to add 3 Kerbals? Yeah, so literally setting up the ship I was planning to send there anyway will accomplish this mission. Yeah, the timing of the planets is not changed in any of the updates, so yes, it should still be good. And I kind of check, like I said, I'll kind of check the angles kind of manually as the date gets close anyway. So yeah, literally the ship I want to send to the station is going to accomplish this mission. So that's like a free launch, really. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'll take the least amount of time here. Because what I had sent up Kerbin Orbit Shuttle 1B. Oh no, this is the one that brings Kerbals up and down from the station. 5 at a time. I could probably make a smaller one for that as well. Because let's bring him back down the curb, and that's the issue. So eventually I'm probably making an SSTO for this. This is EVE Online. EVE Online soundtrack. Alright, so there's that. And then there's the Kerbin. Yeah, this is the shuttle. So this is the big shuttle. Can carry 7 Kerbals. What I need is just a single shuttle. So what's the number here now?
Plebs are needed.
Plebs are needed. Babasito, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chill team. So we're on 102. Okay, so cancel. So 102. Kerbin Shuttle 2. Three represent that carries 3 Kerbals. So save. So what I want to do is I want to kind of tear this apart. I will not need a launcher this big. Just get rid of that. And really all I need is top. Rebuild. Save some time. Alright, that can go away because we've already got the things on there. And then this stuff can go. Yes, I'm done. So everyone can exit through the battery. And then fuel tanks. Engines, let me see how much delta V I'm getting from this in vacuum. 3,000. Yeah. Now, do I care about the overkill? Excuse me. Do I care about the overkill? Because we need 900. 1200, 1500. So this would run 2 complete flights. If we have just the right smaller tank, what do we get? $2,400. Yeah, that's more than enough. 900 to get the Minmus, 200 to park, so it's basically 1200 there, 300 back, 1500, yeah, so this is more than enough. And much less fuel than the other ship takes. So I might end up using this more often, because I don't think we're going to get as many big parties to the going back and forth. Alright, so we got our RCS there, so we need now the bloops. Where's the center of mass? We'll put the bloops. There. Alt click. There. Close enough. Thrust limiter. Okay, so good. Port starboard or so. So you can actually limit them if you want to. Very good. Hey, CFT, welcome. How you doing? Alright, so we got the fuel, got the power, got a battery. Got all that. Reaction wheel kind of help us spin even more. Alright, so that's good. 2200. Adding those dropped to 2200. Still only 1600 or so. Oh no, wait. I'm forgetting the fact that with this one we can't slam into the atmosphere, so we actually have to decelerate again. So that does mean we need pretty much the full amount of fuel for the long version. This 900 there, 900 back. Yeah, so I do need the big tank. Suborbital turret. This is a shuttle between Kerbin and Mun and Kerbin and Minimus. So I can keep a ship up there to bring the Kerbals back and forth, and not have to, you know, launch something new every time. Yep, a little runabout. So I do need more fuel. So do I want to side stack it, or do I want to? I like keeping it a little bit shorter. Fuel tanks. So this has 180, so I need 360 total. So a couple of these. How do I elegantly add a couple of these to the side, or do I go with? So that has 18. So I would need 10 of these. It may not be too bad. 180. So I did a little stack of 5 up the side. That's good because just tuck it in just, oops, just a smidge. Probe solar instead of deorbit, they get repurposed as relays. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that anything that gets sent out, yeah, always has the antenna. So I get the relays. What I want to do is this. Tuck it in just a little bit, just so it's not so it's cheaty, just so that it's safely in there. I could repurpose these down there, but then I have to have two of everyone. I think this is fine. Let's put. And so what's my vacuum is up to 3,000. Yeah, that's what I need. Yeah, exactly. You need two contracts for the price of one. Yeah, piggybacking a satellite on a bigger mission. I'll probably do that for the Eve mission because there's a satellite mission along with a station. So yeah, I'll probably be piggybacked on the same flight. Yeah, I think that's fine. Do I want to do a little nose cone? Where's the baby? Is the baby nose cone? Just to make it look spiffy. There we go. A little fashion there. Spend $10. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the satellite shifting missions, it's like they're usually pretty low delta V changes, so yeah, those are fun. Alright, I like it. Oh, the one thing I thought about is refueling. It's like opening up all the menus on these for the refueling is going to be a pain. But I think fashion-wise, I like this better than either the super long tank or sticking the bigger tanks on the side. So I'll take it. Yeah, exactly, for a turn. Exactly. I think the Eve station mission is already pretty ridiculous. I think it's like 6,000 units of liquid fuel. It's like, what? Alright, so I think I'm happy with... I was just thinking, is there something I'm missing? We got solar power. Well, yeah, we want to put antenna on here because we do not... Yep, we may have to run it as a drone once in a while. So communication. These will be good for anything within the range of what we're doing. That's different. Those are different. I think I do have two different tanks. I think I have a half tank and a... Okay. I think I never realized that there was another tank there, but that's okay. Alright, so a couple of those. Don't need that anymore. Yeah, we'll get way older. On both Moho and Ela. Well, one's got a rescue contract halfway between Moho and the Sun, and it's like, that's an insane amount of Delta V to rendezvous with that. Hey Ranger, how you doing? Welcome. It's like I'd keep sending rescue missions for the rescue missions. It's just, okay, we rendezvoused with the original rescue craft, and we now can bring our altitude down another halfway to the guy. Just took forever. retrograde. Oh yeah, retrograde. Yeah, I think they've kind of fixed those. But yeah, retrograde is another one because it's like, yeah, it's retrograde satellite missions too. At least then it's a, you know, it's a smaller craft. I mean, that's one where literally, it's like you can save time, you know, use time to save Delta V. Just fly way out past Elu, reverse your orbit there, and then come back down. There's something else. So antenna. I need the antenna. I don't necessarily need to carry science in this because I have satellites that can do science in all the different orbits. Now coming back, we're not flying a Kerbal. We're not flying a Kerbal up to the station, so it does not need a parachute. I was thinking of something and I was like, oh yeah, this would be nice. Oh, lights. That's what fashion lighting. Can't go without fashion lighting. We got this one here. Yeah, it would only be crew Kerbals that would have to worry about that. So crew Kerbals I could transfer, shuffle them around to get them in. If they're tourists, they can be stuck in there, and they can transfer to other ships, but they just can't ever EVA, so that would be fine. Alright, what color for that? Let's just go straight blue. Yeah, I like that. You can eventually mine for ore and convert it to fuel on all the planets and moons. However, that's really late in the tech tree for a career. Alright, so I think I'm done here. So I think that's the craft itself. We got 2900 Delta V. Like I said, at most it's 900, 300, 300 back, 900 to stop. 18, yeah, about 2400 for any conceivable back and forth mission, but much less fuel than previously considered than the big ship. Now we just need to get this into orbit. I would like to get it into orbit without using too much of its own fuel. Although we do already have a refueling ship in orbit, so I guess if we used its own fuel, no, we want to go ahead and so we put a swivel on there. Alright, so now we're talking about more of this kind of deal. And then we need to get this into the upper atmosphere. Semester's over, yeah. But it's kind of, it's in a sandbox one, you can go where you can go straight for, you know, you can put the, Minmus is a good place to put a fuel station because it takes so little delta V to get off the moon. The moon is not too bad either, a little trickier. Yeah, it's like you can totally set up things. You can set up your infrastructure, you know, right from the get-go to do refueling in space. Let's see, so I want... Let's do another half tank here. And then let's put side mounts. I'm pretty sure this will do the trick. Thrust away ratio. Alright, so I'm going to need to first we'll move that down a little. Onion stage. $2,000. Using a jetpack, yes it is. Yeah, no, you can, because it's about 200 delta V to get down there. Kerbal has about 500. It's a little over 200 to get down and then get back up. You just have to make sure you're pretty efficient at it. All right. I think I've. Okay, let me do the onion staging here first. Let's put. On these.
Plebs are needed.
Fuel inside here. Here's that Tommy Boy 26. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chill team. Yeah, Gilly. It's like you can practically jump to orbit. It's like jumping your Kerbal there is like huge mistake. So, oops, did not mean to do that. Alright, so now if we fire all three, and then do that, still about 2,000 delta V. So this is a little heavier than we've got good thrust to weight ratio there. Like I said, I could totally get rest of the way on this ship. 3,500. I don't think vacuum's gonna make much difference. Yeah, I just need more fuel. Just need more fuel. It's like, do I just go with the... So we got 18,000 there. Okay, let's set this aside. Let's set that aside for a second. Let's try an alternate here. Actually, I can leave coupler there. It's obviously not what I wanted. 11. It's already up to 16,000. And then a skipper. $21,000. Not quite enough thrust, but a heck of a lot of delta V. Holy cow. Hey Morbius, how you doing? Welcome. Squeeze me. Not very much good thrust to weight ratio. $21,000. Just lurking and working. Sounds good. Welcome. Good seeing you. Yeah, I think we'll just go for that. A little bit of little weak at the beginning, or do I want to boost that up? Then it gets more expensive. And then we need wings. Keep this thing from flipping. Let's get it in the right angle. We're putting in this. We have a contract to expand our space station around Kerbin, but I was by three Kerbal spaces, but I was going to send up a shuttle to fly between Kerbin and Mun and Kerbin and Minimus anyway, and so the contract is basically paying for something I was planning to do on my own without the pay. So. Yeah, let's go with the weak, since we have so much delta V there, and then the ship can get to the station itself. All right, let me add a few struts. Keep things stable here. I think the rest will be okay. Save. Yeah, very convenient. No crew. Okay, good. I don't think there's any tourists who need to go up yet anyway. Nope. All crew. Because there's no parachute on it, so if I screw up the launch, I don't want to risk a Kerbal. I think we are launch clamps. It's the last thing. Yeah, I think we're ready to go. Save it, launch it. Autostrate. Don't really need it. And a single autostrad doesn't really affect the bending as much. Alright, we gotta get our station into position. Actually is in position pretty well there, right? So let's launch. Fashion lighting on. Our SAS is on. Pan lock open. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Very yep. Yeah, I don't believe in aerodynamics. Just a bear's touch of lean. Station wobbly, yeah. Yeah, that's some stuff like that. That and turning off reaction wheels. It's like if there's any reaction wheels attached to the station, turn all them off. You can leave usually the capsule ones on, and that's usually enough. But the powerful ones, you like to shut those things down. Cheating still works, yep. As soon as that hits, see, we're at 120. Right, so as soon as that hits 60, we'll lean it right over and go for velocity. There's a target. Wow. Okay. That's the best first approximation I think I've ever had. Alright, so let's wait a moment, then we'll put out the antennas, make sure you don't lose contact. Alright, so I know the correct position for the space station for launching, rendezvous launch. Alright, now I can stick those out. Lost one of the 3 antennae on my other shuttle. Not sure how. Don't know if I opened them too early in the atmosphere or just bumped it on the space station. About 350, about 400 delta V to burn to rendezvous. Purple button, yes. Yeah. It's really handy being able to see what your APO and PP or peri-apps. Alright, down 100 meters. Bump, 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 bump. This is by far the best direct rendezvous I've had in orbit. Yeah, exactly. Kerbal Engineer isn't really needed for that stuff anymore. So I think the mod I miss the most in trying to do a no mod thing right now is first Kerbal alarm clock, because I like to send a lot of missions at once, and two, the transfer window planner. Although you can just go with the basic charts that you can find online. So I go with an approximate angle and transferring to other planets. And that seems to work out okay. So I can pretty much do it from this. Those together. Is that a target tab? Yeah. I haven't. Did I orbit? Oh, there we go. Cool. When they hit the ground. Oh, very good. Alright, so let me aim camera. So I want to dock here. So this is my target. Reset camera. Control from there. Alright, let's alright, it's 0.8, that's controllable. Alright, now get the correct camera view, which is locked. Spin that around. Face our target. Okay. Wrong orientation. Alright, so now RCS can come to the rescue. Slow that down a bit. Just look at all the target info. Hey Butor, how you doing? Welcome. So that's down to 0.3 is my usual favorite docking velocity. There we go. And docked. And like I said, for the wobble, I like to shut down the torque on the reaction wheel. Like I said, I'll usually leave them on in the actual capsules, and that's usually just enough to keep for station keeping, or if I need to adjust the station without over torquing everything. Alright, so we have that. And we've also completed the mission for just go down the bottom because that's the newest one. Expand the station. So we got 49,000 Kerbucks. We spent about 24,000 launching. So we actually made a profit off that one. For doing something I was going to do anyway. So now let's go ahead and look at our contract, see which one replaced that one. Ferry 2 tourists safely to their destination. Okay. Land on moon, orbit the moon. Land on moon, orbit the moon. So we got 2 who want to go to the moon and land. We have a lander there, so this is perfect. So we've set everything up perfectly for this. So accept the contract. Okay, looking at active contracts, I need to go check assets at the moon. So I need to launch. I need science data from the surface of the moon, so we need to land again. So this gives us our excuse. We need to rescue Certain from the orbit of the moon. Bring him or her back. We've already shuffled everybody to moon that needs when to go there from the last batch of Kerbals. But we need to send some to Minmus. So I need to check the numbers on that. So I think what I can do... I wish I could move these around. That'd be really cool, so I could stack them together. UI request. Feature request. So that and these 2 Kerbals, surface of the moon, rescue Certain. Those 3 I can handle with 1 launch. And then using the ship I just took, take those 2 Kerbals to the moon. That ship can at first rendezvous with the rescuee Kerbal, because it can be flown without a pilot. So we rescue the Kerbal first, take them all to the station, and then land the 2 tourists on the moon, do the science, bring them up, ship the rescuee and the Kerbals back to Kerbin. And then the rest of the Kerbals go to Minmus. I think some of them want to land. I think the only thing I need is the Minmus lander. All that. Oh, thank you, Transit. Welcome, Transit Biker. How you doing? Yes, all that. And then, yeah, so I need a specialized lander for Minmus to stay there. I also need a station around Minmus, so I think that... I need a station and a lander. Or at the very least right now I need the lander. Because they can dock, the shuttle with all the tourists can dock with the lander and that can go up and down. RCS Minmus lander, yeah. So I think that's... Let's take... Let's take the Kerbals up to the station. Let's take them and a pilot, because I think I'll need a station, a pilot around Minmus. So let's get them into space. All right, let's take a look at our moon facilities and our capabilities there. Let's take a look at that real fast. So at the station, we have some extra fuel, we have our lander. It was originally meant to come back to Kerbin, but this one's just going to stay here now. We have Bob, a scientist, and we have Mobart, a pilot. Alright. We have lots of fuel. I think it's all over here now. Oh, liquid fuel. Because one of the contracts called for a lot of liquid fuel, if we bring fuel, all we need to bring is oxidizer. I wish there was just an oxidizer tank. We have 2,000 units. So, whoa, Tommy Boy with a 50-bit cheer. Dare you to do a return from Eve. Hey, Tommy Boy, hi. Thank you very much. Yeah, well, when the contract calls for it, we will definitely do that. So we got at least 2,000 units. Plus 2,200 units of liquid fuel. We have all that. Yeah, so we can land our moon tourists, do the science, bring that back up, send them back. So that's what we'll do. We'll launch. That's right, I need to station a scientist at Minmus, because the scientist can reset the science packages. Yeah, anyway, but we can do the moon missions. So, let's go ahead and launch the tourists. We'll ship them to the moon. Want to ship anybody else there? Oh yeah, no, they'll rescue. That's why I gotta check real fast. The Kerbal that needs rescuing around the moon. They'll rescue the Kerbal. He's kind of a low orbit. Actually, the lander could rescue him. Yeah, we'll just go straight there, and then we'll have the lander rescue him. And then land in whichever crater we haven't landed in yet. Choose this one. That's his first flight. Yeah.
Plebs are needed.
Pathetic, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chill team. How you doing? Welcome. Yeah, so I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, see, I did not. Yeah, gotta put the biome in info. Okay, I did that there. Northeast crater. Yeah, so you gotta do that. So that way I know which biomes I visited. Of course, you can look them up in the research R&D facility. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna launch our tourists. Let's send up another pilot. Go to send the tourists to the moon. So what we need there is Kerbin orbit shuttle. So this would be 103. And I think we'll need another one to bring some of those Kerbals home. I already have one. I think we already have one docked. This will be able to bring everybody home, I think. Save. No Kerbals on board. No, we'll bring a pilot and a scientist as well as a tourist. Because we need to send those two to Minmus eventually. So Lendus. Pilots are getting pretty good XP in Janmal. Rearrange you guys. And then our two tourists. Bloop. Bloop. Want to go land on the moon. Alright, save it. Everything looks good, just gotta be careful. Alright, so another rendezvous with the station. Save and launch. Yeah, there isn't too much need to send like engineers up so far. Scientists, starting to find a reason. SAS, alright, so we need to bring the station around again. I got the only thing I gotta check the Minimus flights. As soon as we do this, we gotta check the Minimus flights. Make sure they are okay. Alright. Do I got fast landing? I have no fast landing. Fail. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, lift off. Everyone's scared. Repacking the chutes, and they can repair certain things like solar panels. I think the antennas, anything that can kind of break, they can repair a little bit. Let's see this back on that a little bit. Settle. Fire that up. Alright, there we go. Not quite as close as the last one. We can work on that as we go though. Set that to target. Let's make sure we... Oh, we have a pilot, so we don't necessarily need... Yeah, this only has the small antenna. Which is usually good with the number of satellites we now have in orbit around Kerbin. It usually works out. Yeah, we need to go do that. Automate command module for SAS. Yeah, I finally have the automation I can do. Reset Guzman, yeah, exactly. So that's why I need one. If I'm gonna do the same lander up and down from Moon and Minmus for each new tourist mission, I need a scientist station on the station at least reset there. Because I'm not gonna do any hopping for science. It's already getting science even in hard mode settings is too easy. So it's only gonna go when I get a contract to go. Kilometers. This one's not a little bit messier than the last one. We have achieved an orbit. 6 kilometers. Pseudo orbit. What to do with them? Yeah. Yeah, because yeah, the fuel tanks on the moon are kind of hard to use. On a sandbox save, I did have a moon base with a refiner, and we were shipping moon to this or fuel to the station pretty regularly, so the moon is self-sufficient. Gets down 2 kilometers. 0.7. Now I could probably do it all in close-up mode. Whee! Everyone's enjoying themselves. So I do want to fly by because the only open ports are on this side. Come to pretty much stop. Says target, control, lock the camera mode. The easiest way is to kind of try to line yourself up as best you can guess, parallel with that port. And then when you turn on RCS, then just translate yourself over. And then when you're aligned, little forward momentum makes it easier there. So 0.3 is like my favorite. It's enough speed to get there, but not so fast that it causes issues. Let's settle in. There we are. And just as the sun rises, that was pretty. That was pretty cool. Alright, so now we have our landing craft. We have our small shuttle, we have our large shuttle. We need to start... So the tourists are going to go in the small shuttle without a pilot, because we're going to pick up the rescuee and bring him back in this. We'll take him down with the moon lander. That way we'll get extra XP for landing and planting a flag. So, transfer crew. Transfer to there. Transfer crew to there. Alright, so you guys can go to the moon. The pilot is going to wait here. Pilot and scientist are going to wait here and then go to Minmus. Because we already have a pilot here. Yeah, Zelvin's our shuttle pilot there. Alright, so let's get these Kerbals sorted. Alright, who wants to go to Minmus? Do we have anybody in here? Podgi. Okay, so you are where you need to be. Durfert and Rainy. And then I think it's Isapont in this one. Isapont, alright. I think that's all of them. Double check Isapont. Podgi. Durfert. And Rainy. Right. So you guys are all set, and you guys are all set. Yeah, here's the antenna that got broke somehow, and I still don't know how. Alright, so let's go. We'll send the Minimus one first, because it'll take longer. Are you fueled up? I guess that's a good question. Or not. It's got a pin. Here's the pain. We're done with you guys. Is that all of them? Big one, small, small. 5. Alright, just out and out. Two giant, yeah, make stations from it. Yeah, that's usually a good way to do it. If you have docking ports on them, yeah, you can use that as a central, because you always need fuel. You always need fuel. Takes so long filling the small ones from the big one. So we'll send the same CFT with the 25 biddies. Holy cow. Good night. Good night. Thank you so much. Kersploosh. Thank you for the biddies. Have a great night. Catch you later. Very much appreciated. You hanging out here, watching the shenanigans. Alright, so we got the fuel. Let's keep that one pinned. Gotta refuel the. While I'm here, might as well refuel the other ship. See, that took. Yeah, so we should have several more refuelings for this. That's good. And then over here. Yeah, so yeah, it's like. I'm gonna regret this. I knew this was gonna. I mean, I knew when I designed it that way, but I think it looks a lot better. So the sacrifice convenes for fashion. Just crawls. Go faster. But hardly made a dent in that fuel ship there. Nice. Alright, so Minmus goes first. Switch. Didn't think about the monoprop, but shouldn't have a problem with monoprop for quite a while. Alright, now the question is getting to Minmus. Let me just double check this. About, yeah, about 2 o'clock. It's about like that. Just missed that transfer window. That's where it actually goes. That problems with the moon? Okay, no. Alright, I want to stay about like that. We're gonna do some adjustment as we fly in. Point this way because we have the static solar panels, so this will make sure we get sun. So now we can warp to the maneuver, make sure the station is well out of the path of firing engines by the time we get there. Excellent. It's a long burn. We have a relatively weak engine for how big this craft is, but then again it's also very efficient, so makes up for it. Whatever works exactly. It's already going to take 8 days to get there. It's not like an extra minute of burn time is going to. In fact, it means they get a little bit of gravity for a little bit of extra time to do their workouts and. So we'll launch the other guys at the moon, and then we will look at Minmus. I think I put the craft in orbit around Minmus, but didn't do the rescue yet. So we'll check that. And start working on all that whole process. Because by the time we do all that, then these guys at the moon should be partially the way there. Of course, these guys, like I said, are going to take like 8 days to get to Minmus. Slowly very strong all these years, yeah, right. It's like, yeah, hard to beat just that raw CPU speed. What I care about is the actual, because we're just barely passing Moon's orbit. I don't really care what this says, I care what this shows. Just want to touch Minmus's orbit. And And then what I want to do is I want a maneuver there. Alright, so now which way? I'm thinking I want to actually do radial. Is that in? Radial in? Nope. Radial out. One meter per second. God. 80,000. Love this, by the way. Perfect. Take it. So that small little adjustment in 3 hours will give us a better rendezvous. And again, what I'm going to do is static solar panels. Like I said, I've learned my lesson many times to make sure that I point the spacecraft in a way that at least one of the static solar panels can get sun. Otherwise we have problems. Alright, so you guys are on your way. We have a 3-hour maneuver node. If we miss that one's not a big deal. Backspace, get back over here. Okay, now we're going to launch the moon mission. Yeah, I think so. It's just like I said, it's just rocking. I really have no issues with it. Yeah, it's like the 970, you know, GTX. As far as a graphics card is like just that perfect. That's like, okay, not quite the hottest thing on the market at the time, but dang, this thing has hold up. And I did improve it to a 1070. And I'm gonna put the 970 in the old computer, which is now the new computer, because I got the same processor to upgrade the old computer. Alright, so let's go ahead and undock. We got our two moon tourists. Undock. Switch over. Okay, they get to go on their own. There's no there is no pilot on this one. Alright, so now we get the maneuver, not too far along. Have maneuver. And then just get that, and then what we'll do is focus video. Is during the burn we'll bring this in next to the moon station. Yeah, because what we'll do is we'll rendezvous with the moon station, put them in the lander with a pilot. There'll be an extra space so we can go down. We'll rescue Certain, land in this crater, then come back up. And then send them all home. Send the rescuee and the 2 tourists home on the shuttle. And that'll be the mission. Let's watch the time warp perspective of the ship. Oh, thank you. Same board memory, yeah. Yeah, I did have to upgrade the board because the old computer was an old AMD, which also served me very well. It's like at the time I needed that budget. CPU to get finally, so I could finally get into editing. Video editing. That was like the minimum I needed for Adobe Premiere at the time. Node and burn time. Alright, let's fire it up. So the old computer is basically a complete rebuild. Yeah, new board, new chip. Same old hard drives though, same case. I have to upgrade the power unit though to run the 970. So I have those, I just haven't bothered connecting them because it's working fine. Actually, kind of a little early probably. Because I usually want to wait till you see the moon. But moon is so easy to get to, it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, everything definitely looks better than I remember last time I played. 2080 Ti, yeah, you're good for a while. Because it's not quite the exponential growth of capability as it used to be. It still grows, it still gets better and better, but it's like kind of a nice creep. Where once you get a kind of a nice system, it's like you're probably good for 5 years. Let's cut it off there. Don't need that anymore. Because now we're looking at the actual results. Trying to intersect this orbit right there. And that's close enough, because what I'll do is I can, when we get into the sphere of influence, I can do some fine-tune adjustments. They're still pretty cheap. Alright, Morbius, thank you for stopping by. Really good seeing you. No, let's hope so. The biggest problem is all juggling the Kerbals. Like, if I forget, and it's like, oops, I have to do that burn. Oops, I guess I'll see you in Evu. Other ones for specialized. Yeah, I'm trying to do that. But you reuse a lot of stuff. So now I have a standard ship to get Kerbals into orbit. I have these shuttles to go between Moon and Minmus. One can hold 6 passengers, Or 7 Kerbals total, and one can hold 3 Kerbals total. And then I need to put, I have a lander around the moon, a station, so I just need to send fuel up once in a while, and I need to put a station and a lander around Minmus. And then we can pretty much do every mission with equipment in place. So that's going to be pretty cool. And that's just launching, that way I'm not launching this huge launcher every time for a lander to go to the moon. Alright, let's remember to put this point in this direction. Alright, you guys have a rendezvous in like 6 hours. So as you get to 5 hours 15 minutes. The other guys are maneuvering 3 hours. Now we're going to go to Minimus and rescue that Kerbal. Oh, that's the flight after the flyby of the moon. Alright, we're going to Minmus. Alright, so we have Minmus landing. Okay, so that. And then we have our capsule. Did we rescue? I don't think we did. That is not what I was going for. Let's try it again. Alright, yeah, no Kerbals on board. Alright, oh yeah, I have a Alright, hopefully my voice is better. Alright, so I'd set up a maneuver node just to tell me that in 3 days we have a okay, so wow, 3 days until that happens. Such slow orbits are on there. So that, okay, so that's still going there, alright. And then I have a satellite heading towards Minmus. That... $6 days. Still another 6 days for that one. Alright, so those are going to be a while. So it might... So do I have everything covered now? I think I do. Let's check the contracts. So the Kerbal who is about to be rescued. He's going to go land. He's going to bring green sandstone back to Kerbin. He is also going to... Okay, the satellite is what we're covering right now. Science data from surface to the moon. That is going to be our moon lander. This guy's going to land on Minmus. Plant the flag on Minmus. He's the one being... No. Malmon. He's the one being saved. Transmit and recover scientific data from the surface of Minmus. So he's going to do that too. So that's 5 of the contracts. E1s are a long ways away. Hardport landed at Minmus. So we need a lander for the Kerbals, or for the tourists. And then we need to bring this hardpoint with us to test. So that's the only thing that is not accounted for right now. So we need a Minmus lander for the tourists. How many tourists want to land? I think we'll just bring a... It's so cheap to land, we might as well just bring a one that can do like 6. Yeah, so that's what we need, is we need a Minmus lander. So that's what we can design while we're waiting. And a station, Minmus station. So we'll launch those, and then we'll start juggling Kerbals. We got 3 hours. The next event is in 3 hours. And that's the adjustment of the moon orbit. No, adjustment of the Minmus orbit of the Kerbals launch that way. Alright, let's take a look at our current Kerbin station. Probably just send a copy of that to Minmus. Kerbin station refuel, Kerbin station 1. Okay. So we have this beast. If we look at our vacuum bit, we have more than enough to get to Minmus with what's there. Some science up there. Okay, good. All right, so that's fine to send to Minmus as is. It'll probably use a lot of its fuel getting there, but not all of it. All right, so we can fly this. So this is now 104 Minmus station. Cost. It only cost 60,000. That's actually really affordable for how biggest thing we're putting in space. Yep. Save it. No Kerbals on board. Get out. There's no, if I mess this up, there's no way to save you. Save it. It. They do have their own chutes, that's true. I have not used those yet. Keep forgetting about that. Save and launch it. But yeah, it's still pretty risky them trying to get away from there without dying. Alright, SAS. Lights on. Wish these lights wouldn't go on. Just want the fashion lighting. Panel lock open. Timing doesn't matter, so 3, 2, 1. Forgot to add shoot to a vessel. 3, 2, 1, lift off. Yeah, the big thing, as long as it's slow enough where they don't burn up, I think it probably works okay. Burning. Hold your applause, chat. Yep, not until I get into space. Thank you for the biddy. Alright, slow the heck down. $49 biddies. Thank you very much. Yep. Trying to get away. I think I had to do this last time. There we go. Perfectly natural flip. That's what all spaceships do, right? We just need an 80,000 orbit. Hey, Dr. Soaps, welcome. Or DR Soaps. Is it Doctor or DR? DR Soaps. Welcome. That's a flex spin. Just. Isn't that how all ships flip? Okay. 60,000. Push that. AP up there. Doc Soaps. Okay, that's awesome. 83 should be good. Couple of tourists we could not do this. No docking port. Oh yeah. Hugged the vessel and brought it back. Oh wow. Alright, so we got 309 more Delta V in the big stage, 2,000 in the actual station stage. Should be fine. We're taking a space station to Minmus. No contract for this one. This is just, I need to put the infrastructure in orbit for future missions. Big antenna on it, so that's should be fine. Should try to get like in the habit of launching to when I'm launching the Minmus specifically, putting the orbit in the same inclination, because then it's easy to get the Minmus from anywhere. $84 by 83. Perfect. Alright, now to get the Minmus again. Kerbin Shuttle 1 is heading out that way. Shuttle 2 is heading to Moon. So we'll have to go around again. Oh no. That one. Coming up on it. Maneuver. Well, that's too soon. The other one's already going there and it launched earlier, then we should be more like that. Yeah, that's fine. Let's care for the multiplayer part. Which part's on screen in the game? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, multiplayer is going to be the big question. It's like, I would not be surprised if it releases without multiplayer. Just because it's so hard to get right. Hey Icy Resident, welcome, how you doing? Multicolors for that? That's a good question. I don't know. Probably. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get it right. It's like, because this version of Kerbal still has a lot of legs. Alright, there we go. So that's an intersect. And we're going to do the same thing when we cross the orbit of the moon. We'll do an adjustment maneuver. That's not what I want. There we go. I can open that up. Alright, so we definitely know we need some normal. I think we determined that radial out is the way to go for this particular so what do we want? We want probably 74, yeah, probably like a 60. So that'll be more than good, and then we can adjust to a nice equatorial orbit at 60,000 when we get there. No, not gonna slingshot the moon. This is just an adjustment on the way to account for the inclination. So that's in 3 hours 23 minutes, so that's our second event, I believe. Just put this in alignment there. Our first event is the previous craft. Doing good, awesome. Reversed orbit, oh yeah. Yeah, it's like I couldn't stand the other way. It's like it just did not make any sense to me. Because it's like, yeah, that's the ship. Yeah. I mean, I get why it's the other way, but it just did not ever make sense to me visually. My brain didn't like it. 2 hours 46 minutes. Okay, so this is our first event. Then we got another one, 3 hours 20 minutes, something minutes, for the next ship going to Minmus. Now we need a Minmus lander. And let's see. Let's see what we can come up with there. So the moon lander is probably a little bit overpowered. It already has like a 6:1 thrust to weight ratio on the moon. Yeah, exactly. Like, so many things. It would be nice if you could, yeah, kind of group things and maybe have different orbit lines, different colors. Or even assign a different, like satellites would be, relays would be one color, ships would be another, stations another. They can be subtle too. It's like they don't have to be bright like the satellite target orbits. Alright, so now tourist moon lander 5. So we sent up just the standard moon lander. We're up to 105. Like I said, I think this is definitely overkill for Minmus. We want to be able to land a lot of people. A lot of Kerbals at once. Yeah, I think this is definitely a start from scratch proposition here. So new. Is going to have probe core. So 105 Minmus lander 2. Hey JJB gamer guy, welcome. How you doing? Good evening. 2 lander can. So that was 1.5 tons, a 2.5. It's not too bad. Alright, we were talking about Minmus. Vacuum, of course. Have all the science so we can put like that, put it on top. It's always awkward where to put that on a lander. I think on top. And all the other goodies that we currently have. No, you don't have to. Like in some ways it's more advantageous to send a pilot because then you don't never lose control of the ship because of communication. Alright, so we got all that. We need a docking port. Jimorian. Alright, so we have Kerbals, we have science. Alright, now the whole idea of thrust. It's like we barely need any. Barely need any delta V. Good evening at 6 AM, yeah, right? That will probably be more than enough, even with a Terrier. Alright, what do we got there? We have 782 delta V, thrust to weight ratio of 22. Right, so that's definitely powerful enough. And probably enough fuel. Only takes. I'm gonna give it more, but it's like that's. But let's get the legs on. Landing. Yeah, let's go with this. Let's go with ×4. Just need more Kerbal rescue missions, yep. How it affects craft, yeah. I think, I'm pretty sure there's some mod packs that do stuff like that. For exactly those reasons. Give you a reason to send, you know, exploratory craft first, figure out what's going on, what the atmosphere is like. or even telescope mission. You know, put a telescope in orbit so you can find out more first before you even do that. All right, big old landing base. The flats, it doesn't matter so much, but some of those other areas are pretty slopey, so this will help a lot with that. Alright, now we have just a ridiculous amount of delta V. So really this can run several missions there. Alright, now we can load it up with, so we're at 7 tons. Command and control. Wheel authority, it's way down on those. Batteries. Lots of battery life. Hardly any mass. Reaction wheels, rather delta V down now. Alright, is there anything else we need? And I could do a ladder, but for once this is actually pretty easy to get to for the Kerbals. Alright, solar panels. Okay, so we got docking, we got fuel, science, plenty of space for plenty of Kerbals, landing gear, batteries. We do need an antenna. Put one of these on here. The space station has a pretty good relay, and we should usually have pilots, so. Snacks, yeah, that's right, I forgot the snacks. And then I will put these on here as well. So that way this one doesn't necessarily have to be unfurled. This is more for the flight off of Kerbin than dealing with Minmus. Alright, so start retracted. Alright, so we do have a bit of a, so we have 8 tons to get to orbit. We have a bit of a, aerodynamic issue, to say the least. When has that stopped us? Alright, so now we can go back to Kerbin, because we need to get this off the ground on Kerbin. Where's my poodle? Wow, it's identical. Vacuum. 1500. Because we want this to take it to Minmus. So that's 900. Get into orbit. As long as it mostly takes it to Minmus. We can use some of the fuel on the lander for orbital maneuvers around Minmus. Just let that fly on. Nah, it is already a huge spider. I think the reaction wheels will be strong enough. If I'm on a super slope on Minmus, the reaction wheels will be strong enough to keep it from falling over. Because when you're not in the flats, there are some really bad areas. But yeah, just doing that with the tanks is more than enough. Yeah, so that will get it to Minmus. So this will finish the orbital insertion, then start the flight to Minmus. That'll finish the orbital maneuvers around Minmus and then land. And still have enough delta V for probably a couple landings. Alright, now we need to get this into the upper atmosphere. That number. Alright, so that and a skipper. $1,500. A big tank and another skipper. Alright, thrust to weight ratio is definitely not going to be adequate at that point. 1.53 for the upper stage, 0.75 there, so probably should be a mainsail. Let's see what the mainsail does. $1.76. 50,000. How much mainsails cost? 13,000 versus a skipper. 5,000. So we could do 2 skippers. I think I like the idea. Let's try the multiple. There. That goes there. Let's do aerodynamics first. On. I think we're gonna need 4 on this one. That brought Delta V down. So we're at 2600. Thrust away is what I'm worried about though. Still? Oh no, that's okay. 1.52, there we go. So that means we could probably go a little bit more fuel. I'm sure it's easier to tell these apart. Hey Gio, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. There, 1400, 2900. I'll finish the orbit, get it mostly to, yeah, I think we're good. 15, yeah, okay, I think we're good now. 1.37 thrust weight, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Oh yeah, for a moon lander, for a lander we need not just the fashion lights, but
plebs are needed.
They're actually useful. Do Towelboy with the follow, thank you very much. Welcome to Duet Towelboy. Do Towelboy, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chill team. And nonetheless, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fashion light. This is helpful for the landings. We only need 2 of them. 2. Okay, we're landing on the green Minmus, so we don't want green lights. We want that'll work. Alright, and then Aerodynamics. Going to be huge here. Let's first adjust these a little bit. Pretty Kentucky famous with the 25 biddies. Thank you very much. How are you doing? Welcome. Thank you for the biddies. Filling that cup up. Oh yeah, we definitely need some aerodynamics down here. This thing's going to flip like crazy. I'm not even sure that's enough. Yeah, I really don't think that's overkill in this case. 55,000 to get this in here, that's not too bad. Now, do I even have a place to attach these now? Alright, did I forget anything? I got lighting, got aerodynamics, got engines, we got the Delta V. Let's check out the vacuum numbers real fast. Yeah, 3,400, yeah, there's more than enough to get that into orbit. Even after a flip. Alright, Strutting. Definitely need some help here. Bloop. Buck Rogers, you love it? Nice. It's like, you know, it looks like a pretty normal rocket, then you get up here and it's like, oh wow, okay. That's gonna fly? Yeah. When I look at this, it's like, okay, yeah, these extra wings are not overkill. They're all the engines with gimbal. Alright, make sure those are good. No Kerbals on board. Correct. Save it. Science, power, reaction wheels, landing gear, lights, docking port, Delta V. Staging. We're good. Well, let's try it. So we're going to go straight up to at least 10,000, and then we're going to try to ease it over. We're just going to watch our speed going over 300 meters per second. It's not something we really want to do. SAS. Throttle. Full. I was thinking... having the reaction wheels at full for launch is probably the best idea. Does that do all of them? Yes, it did. Yes. Probably want those reaction wheels going at this point. Alright. Padlock is open, SAS is on, throttle full. Fashion lighting is on. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Max Q, time of maximum aerodynamic pressure. Give it the very slightest of leans. Throttle down. As we approach 350, that's when this is gonna want to go crazy. As we get to 25,000, we really don't have to worry anymore. About to lose our bottom stage. Alright, let's throttle up. Even at 25,000, it kind of wants to get away from me, but I still have control. All right, there we go. AP of 50. As soon as I hit 60, we'll lean it over and get horizontal velocity. Use a skipper to all its advantage there of power. Alright. Definitely gonna make orbit safely. how much extra delta V we use by going more vertically rather than sideways. Let's see. So I want an 80,000, a little over 80,000 apoapsis, whatever that word is. Do it. Perfect. 81. Alright, we still have 3,000 delta V, so yeah, not a problem. This stage only has to add about 600 more. And the rest of it will be used to get to Minmus. And then our landing stage will do its orbital stuff around Minmus. Dapo Pop-Tart, yep. And then I do need this to come out. Probably lose signal somewhere over here. So I need the relay from a satellite somewhere. Hopefully there's a satellite, yeah, in range. Fortunately the contract satellites gave me enough coverage to pretty much not worry about the you're trying to flip 82 by 81. Alright, one more trip to Minmus. Interestingly enough, it's like we're already kind of in position. I saw it. Okay, that's why we lost it, because we're too far. We can adjust to get it there. Alright, noon 2 minutes. Apple pie, sis. Let's head to Minmus. Can I see Minmus? No, I do not see Minmus. So I do need to burn a little bit of the other engine. Burn too much? Not enough. Alright, so we missed the actual rendezvous, but that's fine. Again, we're going to do a maneuver here at the moon's orbit. What we're going to do is we're going to first raise our AP. That alone will bring us in range. Hey 12 Bravo Gaming, welcome. First time viewer, welcome. How you doing? Doing some Kerbal Space Program today. I do a variety of different games. Minecraft, Kerbal, Factorio, Transport Fever, and Oxygen Not Included are my current rotation. Alright, so that brings us there. We know that radial out seems to be the thing to fix this dealio. And something like that. Oops. 25, 69. Because we're going to put our station in orbit around 60,000 from Minmus. So perfect. So that's in 3 hours 26 minutes. So now we have 3 maneuvers on our way to Minimus. Big KSP fan, nice. Never got very far in career. Not a problem. It takes a while sometimes. It's like I forget how long it took me to go to. I think I went to Dune fairly early, but before I went to other places, it took a while. Or even just landing on Moon. I built lots of space stations, but then it's like landing made me nervous. I'd say my specialty is rendezvousing and docking. Hey Buzzcat, how you doing? Welcome. Alright, so we got that. Backspace, get back to our ship. Alright, so we have 3 ships on the way to Minmus. Let's put this line the way I want. Yeah, if you watch me, you'll get lots of experience rendezvousing docking. We're about to put together a space station around Minmus. So we have
Plebs are needed.
some tourists going there. Macintosh 25, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chill team. Some tourists going there in the shuttle. We have the station following them. And then we have the lander. So we're going to dock all 3 of these together. The tourists are going to go down in the lander, land, come back up to the station, and then go back to Kerbin in the shuttle with all their touristy photos. Aero and aerospace, yeah, exactly. Some people just totally do the plane stuff. Have a lot of fun with that. Alright, so this is our first. So now technically, oh, I did not remember the test article. Test.
Plebs
Small
are
hard
needed.
point landed on Minmus. Forgot about that. 12 Bravo Gaming, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chill team. I will have to. It's too late now. That's gonna have to wait. Or does it? I could send just a little satellite landed there. Caesar 2. Oh, thank you very much, Macintosh. Yeah, Caesar 2 Yeah, it's like when you need more workers, you know, the game goes, plebs are needed. Plebs are needed. I think I can just send a satellite. So we'll do that. Well, let's do this maneuver. Then we'll send this. I'll give us a little bit of time spacing here. So we're gonna switch to the Kerbin shuttle. I'll just send a satellite and land it on Minmus by itself. It'll do the trick. That's not the craft I chose. That's the craft. No. That's the craft I chose. Not even leaving the landing strip. Yeah, getting the plane off. It's not easy. This plane still scared me for the most part. 2 hours to that. Okay, so there's no other events before that. So we can go and warp to there. And we're listening to the Subnautica soundtrack. Doesn't really matter when we do this burn. We're so far out. It's an adjustment. It's just an adjustment burn. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pick Minmus. Focus view. And then we're just going to do the burn very slowly. Don't care about that anymore. Okay. And then we'll get in orbit once we get there. Alright, so I didn't get to piggyback the whatchamacallit. So we'll just send our own craft there to do it. So we are going to head back to Space Center. And take one of our little satellite craft, put the hard point on it, send it to Minimus, land it, do the test. Right places. Oh yeah, exactly. It's like that's the whole thing. It's the stability versus maneuverability versus just outright crashing. Alright, so we're running all these contracts at once right now, except for, like I said, the small hardpoint landed at Minmus. So all we're gonna do, because it has more than enough delta V, is attach this to one of our standard satellites, send it there. Sat. There it is. hardpoint. We will dump coupons. And two of them just for symmetry issues. I think that to be, yeah, 3000 delta V on that. I think we can still get the Minmus and land. I don't even need landing legs on this. Well, I can do that? No. No, we're fine. 106. Minmus test 1. Hey TJ, how you doing? Welcome. SAS on. Do I have fast lighting? Nope. Oh yes, I do. Yes, I do. See it. I see it. All right, looks like we're good. 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Let's not stage those too soon. Farming Simulator, nice. Free this month. Oh, very cool. Oh yeah, that's right. City Skylines too. That's pretty awesome. Both amazing games. I realize it's like, wait a minute, that's part of the staging sequence. It's like, oh, I've just lost my experimental items before even getting off a Kerbin. It's like, oops. Am I that far off of Equatorial, or is the station just that far off? That's like, you know, I know people like building big, but don't underestimate the capability of a probe core, the FL400 tank, and a Terrier engine. It's like nearly 4,000 delta V, so you can do lots and lots of things with that combination. It's pretty amazing. So this is pretty much my satellite, standard satellite package, you know, attach whatever I want to it, and get it to space. We could even do a lot of interplanetary missions if necessary. The sparks. But yeah, it's like it's easy to kind of think you needing to build bigger, but if your payload is not that heavy, it's like small will do the job. You know, sending a Kerbal has a kind of a minimum overhead to it. Alright, 89 by 84. A little bit sloppy. Alright, but we're basically doing the same thing yet again. Do you have a... No, you're going to do your adjustment once you get to Kerbal. Now I hope... What I'm hoping is that these guys don't all arrive at Minmus at the same time. Like within an hour of or within like 20 minutes of each other. And now we do the... Another Minmus launch. That's the moon. Alright, somewhere around there. And we'll do the adjustment. Lips or satellite probes. Alright, 19 minutes of that. Stock, all stock. Hey Pixel, you're welcome. That. Do it the easy way. It's probably time to do the next adjustment there. Again, doing those late is not going to be a problem. Pretty much there. Alright, same story. Over there. Focus view there. first trick is going to be that. It really doesn't matter if it's prograde or retrograde or whatever, so we'll go ahead and leave it there. Because it just has to land, do its test, not even take off, just sit there. So we can have it sit there, and it can be a permanent, you know, it's like if we get a mission to take science from the surface of Minmus, we'll have our surface probe there. And then to make sure, we're safe. Alright, so that's done. We've already done this adjustment flight, now we need to do this adjustment burn. So we currently have 4, 5, 6 flights in progress doing all our contracts. 6 minutes. Alright, again we're going to look at the result. More than we care about the maneuver. Equatorial, 129,000. We know radial out pushes us in. We're going about 60,000. There we go. We'll adjust. Inactive flights, yeah. Well, you can. If you decide to use one category as hide this for me, then you can, you know, assign everything you don't want to see to that, then just hide that particular category. So that is definitely something you can do, because there's like rover, you could probably use rover category as something and just keep it turned off. Assign everything to rover. So yeah, that'll work. And then yeah, we'll adjust that to a more 60 by 60, I think. So that adjustment's done. And we put it in the safe mode. Did I hit the camera? A little bit, there we go. Yeah, just don't use debris. Better results in Minmus orbit. I've never used Science Labs. Because I find you get enough science by just doing the contracts normally. So I'm not sending a science lab, it's just a Kerbal container for living quarters. Alright, so that one's done. Backspace to get back to there. Next. Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit OP. I mean, it's good for. I think it's really good for newer players, so they can get all the science and then get the equipment to play with. But even in hard mode, I find that a little OP. Because you can also like just keep landing on Moon or Minmus and gathering just tons of science. So I'll go down the Moon multiple times, but I have to have a contract to tell me to do it first. Oh yeah, I could probably turn down the reaction wheels now. Yeah, that's a little more reasonable. There it is. This one needed the most adjustment. Couple more signs, but yeah. Yeah, that's true, yeah, just kind of... Okay, so... It's off... Just fine, because again, we know that radial out tends to bring it in. Also tends to raise it in this case. We can adjust that. So we're first going to go for about 60,000 periaps. There we go. And then we'll bring it down just a smidge. So that is at... I'm going to do anti-normal. There we go. 54. It's okay. Easy enough to adjust around in this. Alright, so those 3 flights are now... Wondering why it's changed camera view. There we go. And then, okay, so our other missions, this guy is rendezvousing, not even rendezvousing, it's just, oh yeah, he's rendezvousing. With our rescuee, but that's still like 3 days away. Let's find out for sure. Colonies in case, yeah, exactly. Have right. That'd be amazing. Oops. Careful. Because we... Okay, so until our maneuver... Two days, 3 hours, that's 15 hours. Okay, so... Let's make sure I have you pointed the right way. Again, this is power insurance. Because you point them relatively, you know, here's the galactic plane. If you point them normal or anti-normal with these fixed panels, you always make sure at least one is pointing towards the sun. Otherwise, if you get pointed right at the sun, especially the probe core, your power can go down to 0 and you have lost control of your ship. Ask me why I know that. Okay, that's 15 hours away. You are science campaign. Science lab is OP, it just needs to wait. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's true, you do have to like fast forward. There, I had an adjustment burn that I totally missed. Now we can do it right now. All the tech tree except arrow and unnamed probes. Oh, very good. Yeah, science is a good way to kind of, because you unlock the parts, you know, group by group. It's a little less overwhelming than seeing the entire list and going, I don't even know what's what. Alright, so we're trying to match this green orbit. Here's our current position, so we're gonna burn normal to bring this line up first. Actually, let's thrust limit this way down so we can get better better response here, or better control, more precise control is the word I want. Okay, now we think the radial out is going to bring it in. Well, thank you, stranger. Science lab can give level ups for Kerbals. Oh, that's true. Yeah, so you don't have to bring him home. Yeah, I want to create a rendezvousing and docking tutorial here fairly soon. And then doing that brought the orbit back down a little bit, so we'll raise it back up. Want this orbit to touch this orbit, because if it touches, then we just have to do one maneuver and match the orbit. There we go. So yeah, now all I have to do is one maneuver. too much. And then you're trying to figure out radial in or radial out. Our current orbit goes inside the orbit we're trying to find, so that means we want to do the opposite, so radial out. And their orbit's a little bit small. Line those up. And now we're going a little too far out, so we'll cancel that radial in. And then double check our inclination, looks good. So that'll be our maneuver for achieving the orbit. Yeah, career's a little tricky. Yeah, trying to manage the money and stuff, even on easy mode. I agree. I usually recommend science. Science mode is a good way of not getting overwhelmed. Kind of wish there was like a mode where you can, like, you know, kind of just choose to add parts. So here's my beginner parts, here's my tier 2 parts, let's turn them on. Because I think I'll have to see. I think you can kind of filter them by tier. So that might be another way of doing it. Just, okay, I'm only going to work with tier 1 parts for now, etc. Yeah, normal career. Yeah, money is usually not too much of an issue as long as you just keep... If you know how to get to orbit, I think is a... Or if you can figure out how to get to orbit fairly quickly. Alright, so we've adjusted that. That is in 5 days. All these guys have been adjusted. I still have to adjust. So it looks like Kerbin shuttles next. Or the moon shuttle. Combining science and money into one. That's weird. We pretty much just kind of buy your research. Not sure if I like that. Alright, how far are we here? We are 2 hours from that. 2 hours 51 minutes there. So then it's just a matter of where's our satellite at? This guy. So what did I say? About 3 hours. Let's see this one. About 3 hours. Well, we can miss this one. So we'll go ahead and do this guy. Yeah, because there's the whatchamacallit building that does exchanging science for money, or money for reputation, or reputation for... yeah, I just ignore that building. Alright, so we're coming up on Periaps there, so let's go ahead and get into... Okay, so here's... The next few minutes are going to be kind of a rendezvousing and docking tutorial. We get into the moon's sphere of influence. So now I'm going to see what... Now I just focus... Okay, focus moon. There we go. Makes things easier. So we're trying to rendezvous with the station. So we're going to set that as target. What we want to do is we want to have the periaps cross just inside the station's orbit. So we need to do a couple things. We need to raise the periaps. So that's a normal burn right here. And when the ascending node gets to the periaps, that's when you know you're doing it right. Now we want to cross just inside. Trajectory projection settings. I have them reversed. So I have the heavy part of the line in front of the ship. And then I think the other setting is, I think it's 5, whatchamacallits, 5 things ahead. Alright, so we want to bring this in. Normally you bring your periaps in with retrograde. That's when you're far out like this, radial in will do the trick. If I can find it. Other settings. I'll take a look. I don't know if I can get to them all. And then a little bit of retrograde at the same time won't hurt. No, both of those at this point will bring it in. I'll take a look at it. So I just want to actually let me get a little fine control there. Patch conics, that's it. I have it set for 5, I think. There we go. And all kinds of weird things just happen. Let me reverse some of that so I can explain what's going on, because I know what's going on here, but what I'm because it's flying around again and coming back into Moon's sphere of influence yet again, it's messing things up. So let me back off a little bit of this so we can see what I was seeing just a moment before that happened. Okay, there. So that's what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for the purple and the orange marker. So that's the next closest place and the next place after that. So it gives you 2 sets of markers. And what that does is ensure that I can do this trick, which is put a maneuver node at periaps, pull in your orbit, and now as the purple marker spins around, and then another thing to do is to also match your inclination. So we're going up, so we want to counteract by going down. This will make things easier if the inclinations match, because then you'll keep the purple and the orange marker longer. Alright, so we're going around. purple marker. Let's see, now we're inside the orbit, so that's one little bit too much. So we now reverse that. Bring the purple marker around one more time till it matches this one. And anything within a couple kilometers is good there. 0.1 kilometers, even better. So that's our rendezvous maneuver. So that burn will mean that next time we come around, we meet the station. Yeah, ascending node and P in the same spot means you can make all adjustments in one burn, exactly. So all the adjustments are done in one burn, come around, meet the station, and then we just, you know, so this ensures that coming into any world, you rendezvous within one orbit. So how much time do we have there? We have 1 hour. Yeah, so we can do this. Like I said, the burn that we have to do for the probe going to Minmus can happen hours later. For this one, we want to go ahead and just go do the whole thing. All right, so that is that. Let me go ahead and let's up thrust limiter again. I'm again just gonna point to galactic north, just to protect the electric charge. It's going to warp to maneuver. Oh, thank you, TJ. Oof, there we are. So we'll go ahead and just burn most of it in this mode. And then we'll do fine-tune adjustments live. Oh, thank you, Spiderlove. Yeah, like I said, rendezvousing and docking, I think I will declare myself an expert on those things. Stellaris DLC soundtracks. Alright, burn. And I think the one thing I do that's fairly different from just about everybody is I ignore the blue marker. If I start anywhere near, I'm happy, and I just shut it off before I'm done. Not panic, because what I want to do is bring the marker in and watch it live and get the result I want, and not try to worry and stress about trying to get the burn right. Just get the result right. Whoops, too far. Let me fix that. Yeah, because this is what matters, the result. It doesn't matter how you do it. And it doesn't really waste delta V. It's not quite as efficient as getting the burn right the first time, but the wastage is so small it really doesn't matter. 0.2 kilometers. Yeah, EJ for the building. If you want to know how to build things, EJ understands that part of the process just so well. How to make the airplanes. His airplane builds, it's like they just do what he wants. Yeah. But yeah, I would. But when I'm watching him doing rendezvousing and docking, it's like even I get. It's like EJ, just do this. Alright, so then that is 1 hour 38 minutes away. Again, we're missing. Well, I could go ahead and do it. Let's jump over. So we got our little satellite Minmus test.
Plebs are needed.
King of Hertz, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chill team. How you doing? Welcome. Alright, so yeah, we're a couple minutes after, so again, we're going to do the same thing. We don't care so much about the maneuver, just kind of give us a place to point. But if we go to the actual view, now currently we don't even have intersect, but we know this burn will get us close. I'm just go ahead and burn it. Now we should see the thing pop up south of Minmus, yep. And then just come on up. I'm gonna land anywhere, I don't care where I land. Since I don't have landing gear, I probably want to land in one of the planes.
Plebs are needed.
So we'll just do that. LFG, Aaron, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chill team. How you doing? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, I don't need mods. And he just builds it. And then when they added all the robotic stuff, then he just took that to the next level. It's like, I was doing all this stuff without those parts, but now they have those parts. We're just gonna build crazy, crazy stuff. Yeah, this does not matter at all. Just get in orbit, land it. Kerbal time, hey blind via, welcome. Alright, so now we can go back to Moon and actually do the rendezvous. You're still like 3 days away. Alright, so there's our ship. Man, give me the right ship too. Alright, so we've made our 0.2 kilometer rendezvous. We're just gonna warp, get closer. And now what we want to do is set this to target. We want to, yep, see what happened to my electric charge because I did not do my safety measure. Okay, kind of in general area. It's actually, it's actually a danger. Let's get closer. Okay, charge didn't go up, so at least we're getting more charge here. Okay, so we want to split the difference here. So we're pushing yellow to pink. but you really want kind of all about the same distances. From pink to yellow, and then from yellow to your marker, all about the same. It's hard to tell at this point, so we'll just kind of get a differential here. And this, right now, it actually gets worse, but that's fine. There we go. Only 30 meters per second difference now. Bring ourselves closer. And again, about equal distance is about right. Push them together again. 0.1 kilometers. So now we can just get straight into this mode. What I need to relearn is I used to know how to, it's like constantly swing in and just dock the ship without even using RCS. I have to relearn some of those procedures. Because which way you come into the station depends on how the yellow is related to all this other stuff on the ball, and I've forgotten those lessons. So the best way is still the usual: kill your relative velocity. And then maneuver from there. Okay, we want that as our target. That as our control from here. Yeah, what you want to do is you want to hit V until it says locked camera. And then your camera will stay oriented. And you can fly it first person basically. So I'm going for that docking port. So I don't want to go straight at it yet because my angle is really bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first head... Turn RCS. Let me fix... I'm doing the wrong. Actually did the wrong thing there. Get on this. Get my heading matching with the direction I'm flying. And I'm trying to get in front of that port. It's a little high. So let me cut velocity to 0. Let's not use RCS to twist. Orient, yeah. No, it'll match the controls automatically with locked camera. So when you're pushing IJKL, it automatically transitions you exactly to what you're looking at. Docking mode? No, I never use docking mode. Because I like having both sets of controls available. So now, like I said, I'm too high. I want to go down a little bit, so we'll just... There's two ways you can do that. I can either orient myself parallel to that docking port as best I can. So this is my final. This would be my final orientation. This is what I usually do. And then what I do is I use the RCS to translate. Wrong way. It's unaligned. There's one more trick. I'll show you as soon as I kind of get myself oriented here. There's one more trick if you want to do. If you take the docking port and aim the camera at it, and then twist it around and zoom all the way in. Can you do it with this? I can't do it with this one anymore. Dang it. Used to be able to look through it and see yeah, I used to be able to do it and use it as like a docking camera. Hotas's joystick, yeah. Comes unlocked. Oh no, that's not good. Now, of course, I am too far over that way. I'm trying to get all three of those little markers all lined up together. And there we are. RCS off. Wholcam mod I'm using for that. But yeah, it used to be able, maybe it works with, still works with the bigger docking port, but the Junior doesn't seem to work with. I wonder if I could have. Not quite. Yeah, I think it works with the regular docking port, but not with the Junior at least now. Yeah, the locked camera. You know, the whole process of heading towards it. Turn off. Oh, was off. Was off already. Oh, that's right. Okay. Because I was at the other station. Yeah, built-in docking camera would be amazing. Like I said, I think you can use it with the regular docking port still. I don't have any regular ones on this side to test it. But yeah, that's really amazing. But really, I'm staring at the nav ball, trying to match all. Because once you get your ship parallel to the docking port, then it's just translation and forward and back. And you just try to get all three symbols lined up together, moving forward about 1.1 to 0.3 meters per second, and docking is easy. Alright, so we're there. So we're here to land these Kerbals. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the tourists in the lander. The lander is going to go rescue Cardin. No. Yeah, Cardin. Malamon's around. That's Minmus. So we're going to rescue Cardin, then we're going to land, do all our science stuff, and then come back up to the station. Now, before I do that, do I have anything hanging fire? Oh, I have the Minmus satellite. KSP2, probably not. Yeah, if I finish the hard career, what I'll probably do next is my sandbox save of what I call Kerbal Century, where yeah, I just try to colonize the entire solar system. Yeah, KSP2 is going to be amazing. Actually, I need to use the restroom. Yeah, see, my camera is switching to something. Chase? Yeah. Locked. Auto. Auto's doing something weird. Now where's Minmus? Kerbin is there, Minmus is... There's Moon. So at the sun, look that way. Halfway between the sun and Kerbin, looking that way. I think that's it. That might be it. Right above that star. I need to use the restroom, so I'm gonna take a break. Finishing career mode, there's no real ending. Just finishing the tech tree probably. Since I don't rush the tech tree, so either that or maybe landing in at least one contract every planet. Anyway, I will be right back. And then we will do the landing. Alright, be right back. Boop, boop, and boop.